Okay, so in the previous video, I've covered the Nespresso capsule, Nespresso compatible capsules, as much as I care to, because I'm not that big a fan of the coffee. So my daily ritual is actually an instant dark roast, and when I'm out and about, then I get a black Americano, which is more often than not just really good double espresso, right? Bean to cup. So I do love the fact that there's an espresso capability, don't get me wrong. If I'm going to take this out with me, whether I'm traveling, even just to an Airbnb, then I'm not stuck having to use their coffee, whatever that might be. I can take an espresso, and that would be better than some instant coffee or coffee that I don't really like decaf, especially an espresso decaf. But the real standout feature for the Alta Nano, in my opinion, is the fact that you can use ground coffee. And probably one of the best espressos I've had in a while was with my brother. Fresh set of fresh beans and a hand grinder, and that really sort of set the tone for where I think this adds a lot of value to espresso at home. So you need a grinder, there's no getting away from it. And as far as a hand grinder is concerned, I don't really see myself using that on a daily basis. I think that's going to get old really quickly. And in fact, if you listen to some of the experts in the space, hand grinders for espresso can be in South Africa up to the 5,000 Rand mark. And so looking at that price point, I really leaning towards electric grinders. Now, Alton have their own portable grinder, the Alton Fino, which is great. And reluctantly, I kind of set aside that because it's still new, it's still battery, it's still the thing that needs some time to be tested. Now, don't get me wrong, if you are in the portable game, if you know you're going to spend most of your time outdoors, and you're going to have, you want your ground coffee on a regular basis at getaways, at campsites, at that kind of thing, then you're certainly going to look at the Alton Fino. But for the majority of use at home, I feel like for me at that price point, it's going to be an electric grinder. And so I spent a good few months trying to make the best decision that I can, because now this is just a purchase for me. I'm not trying to sell this and say, oh yeah, this is just the greatest espresso grinder on the market, and not having tested it. And with all that research and what is actually available in South Africa, I've put this combo together on verotech.co.za, and it's what I'm going to be doing going forward, testing out all that there is in the espresso world, particularly around beans. So maybe just the last thing on grinder is, I don't think this is a place, based on everything that I've listened to, that you want to mess around with, because as long as you've got good beans and a good grinder that can grind espresso consistently, then the machine doesn't have to do as much heavy lifting. That's at least the summary, and not a very expert summary. I think I want to make clear that I'm not trying to be the expert here. I'm trying to learn, and I'm using this combo as an entry point to get started. Okay, so what am I talking about in terms of entry point? What is a great grinder for getting started with grinding for espresso using the Alta Nano? For me, it's the Baratza Encore ESP, and at the price point, with its tremendous history in terms of use, support, and customer reviews, I think it honestly is going to be the best place to start, and that's why I've put this combo together. It's the one that I'm going to test with my Alta Nano that I've been using for probably 8 months, 9 months now, and we'll see how we go. It's going to be a rough cut. I'm not trying to put a tutorial together now. I'm just going to kind of figure this out live. So if you are a into your unboxing videos, then Baratza has one. I'll link to it if you want to have a watch of a full unboxing, but I'm just going to get right to it. Right, so the recommendation is to give this all a warm soapy wash, but we are going to live dangerously. And let me get all the things that I need together. So we spoke about the Nespresso capsule adapter. The Alta Nano also comes with the ground coffee adapter and a little spoon and tamper. So what else do we need? We need beans and hot water, right? So let's grab those things and let's see. Okay, so good. Beans first, I would imagine. So we are living dangerously. Just turn this around. The recommended setting was 15 to start off with. That's at least the 2 instructions I read, which is not super. Looks like it's an in-between setting here. Let's see. Okay, I pressed this front button, which is probably not necessary. There is this other button, but that's all the beans, and I've got some ground coffee in here. So let's take a spoonful. Probably would pour this out, so you can just watch me struggle a bit, and then that goes into the adapter. I might put a little bit more in. Let's just see. I don't think I should overfill it. And then, okay, we're making a little bit of a meal out of that. Temp it. So I think in future videos I'll obviously get the camera a little bit closer, but while I'm struggling here, let's just leave it at that. So we need this into the adapter. Let's get some hot water. This is going to be let's get some hot water in here. I don't know yet, but let's go with a 70 ml of pre-boiled water. Yeah, probably best to put this on first. Get that going. Tightly squeeze, and Bob's my uncle. Okay, rookie mistake. Forgot to charge the Alta Nano. So fair warning, kids, make sure your device is charged. So let's do round 2. But anyway, that's why I wanted to do this sort of rough cut vlog style, particularly in the beginning here. And you can see sort of a little bit of me hustling. Anyway, rookie mistake. Let's take 2. Right, so really not long to extract that, and I'll do close-ups later on. I don't have a place to. I'll do close-ups later on. I know you can't really see this, but there's good crema on here, and I haven't tried these beans before, just off the shelf. And with the beans, I'm not really going to look to promote any particular brand or anything like that. I really want to get to learn about the beans and about what works for espresso. But yeah, it's come out really, I mean, it looks really good. it's a good temperature. It's not a bad flavor, but that's all subjective, right? I mean, the point of this whole exercise is that I'm going to find the coffee that I enjoy, and I'm putting this combo together, which you can go check out at verotech.co.za and see if it's something that's going to work for you as an entry level to also start this journey into trying kind of this bean to cup. The reality is, if you look at starting with espresso, and let me just qualify espresso. I'm not talking about having a little shot of espresso like this. I'm talking about what you generally go and get from any coffee shop, which is, you know, this double espresso from a big espresso machine with whatever beans they're using there. And, you know, that's what you're putting milk in, or like me, you're having a black Americano and whatever other flavors of choices out there. And you can do a lot of that stuff at home. And this gives you a chance to do that. Before the Alton Nano came on the scene, and there are the portable espresso machines out there, the entry level is sort of 3 times this price, and quite a little bit of a faff. Now, I'm not suggesting that this is a better quality output than that, but if you're getting a great tasting espresso, then you really have to justify that cost. And I think that everything that I've looked at so far says that if you got the right grinder, the right beans, then this isn't having to do so much of the work. Plus, of course, you now have the portability that you can go and take this elsewhere. Maybe last point is, as I said, I'm going to do majority of my espressos at home, and I want this flexibility. The reality is, grinding away from home is its own set of challenges, right? I mean, you know, if you're in the car with mates and you stop over at a garage or whatever, you're not going to open up your boot and sit and make yourself a coffee while everybody goes inside, right? Same with on a campsite. I think there's some restrictions, and so I think that's where the Nespresso capsule comes really in handy. But the fact that there is the portable grinder gives you that flexibility if you're going to do that a lot. So go check out verotech.co.za. You can see a little bit more about the machines. I'm trying to provide a price point where I'm not really competing with everybody else in the market. I want to give you a chance to go and try this out yourself without the, like I say, the massive price point and the hassle. And join me in the next few videos where I'll get better at this and I can explore all the range and flavors of the coffee beans out there. Cool, see you in the next video.